He's one of the greatest players of all time, and he's won it all in Europe and on the international stage. But time is up in France for Lionel Messi, as he heads stateside for a new challenge in the MLS.
Hello there and welcome to Football Now from Doha. Now, Lionel Messi is the type of player that only comes around once in a generation. In fact, many would even argue that he is the greatest player of all time. And even at 36 years old, he still has that ability that would make any club in the world desperate for his signature. So when after just a couple of seasons he announced that he would be leaving PSG in France, there was no shortage of interest. In fact, it became one of the stories of the summer. Would he be returning to his boyhood club Barcelona or even moving to Saudi Arabia? In the end, Messi opted for the MLS, the expansion side, into Miami, in a move that has captivated the US audience. We'll take a look at how he's getting on shortly, but first, let's remind ourselves why he's regarded as one of the best ever in the game to do it.
Born in Rosario, Argentina, Messi began playing football for local team Newell's Old Boys, and signs of greatness were there early on as he scored almost 500 goals in 6 seasons. His family moved to Spain after a trial at Barcelona's La Masia Academy in the year 2000, and he made his first team debut at just 16 years old. By 18, he was a regular starter, learning from the likes of Ronaldinho, who recognised Messi's potential very early on in their playing days together. One of the most significant moments in Messi's career was the arrival of Pep Guardiola as Barcelona's first-team coach, who not only took the forwards game to new levels, but also built one of the best teams in football history around him. They won 14 trophies in 4 seasons together before Pep left for Bayern, but Messi's success continued. The era post-Pep brought another 6 La Liga titles as well as another Champions League, whilst he was part of one of the most successful attacking forces of all time, the MSN trio alongside Neymar and Luis Suarez. The three of them scoring a combined 364 goals, providing 171 assists in just 3 seasons.
We were very lucky, Barca fans. It was an absolute honour to watch Messi here from the beginning of his career, practically, at least as a professional. I mean, every season you could kind of see how he became more and more important until he became the best in the world, and for most of us here at Barcelona, the best in the history of football. You just had to watch him play every single game, see what he was capable of doing, things that you weren't seeing in any other player, not just in Barca, but in the world, basically.
Yeah, it is quite some career, isn't it? And his time at Barcelona in particular will be remembered for decades to come. Just the 34 club honours and 6 Ballon d'Ors. He spent a lot of that time sharing the La Liga stage with another top talent of this generation, Cristiano Ronaldo, who spent 9 years at arch rivals Real Madrid. And with Ronaldo now at Al Nassr, there was talk that they could be facing off once again, Messi being linked with a move to another top Saudi side, Al Hilal. That never quite came to fruition, but it's a rivalry that will live long in the memory, and there will always be respect from both sides.
From my point of view, it was pure admiration, because you get to see every single week. Watching those two compete against each other was something really amazing, and yeah, it actually sparkled like this sense of admiration for both, truly appreciating what they were doing, not only for the sport of football, but for Barcelona and Real Madrid and for the Spanish culture in general.
But all good things must come to an end, as Barca's financial issues in 2021 forced Messi to depart the club that he had been playing for 23 years. In a tearful press conference, he said his goodbyes and headed for France. And although he didn't hit the goal-scoring heights that we saw in a Barcelona shirt, his time at Paris Saint-Germain will be remembered for what he did on the international stage, finally winning the FIFA World Cup for Argentina in 2022, a trophy that had eluded him up until that victory in Qatar.
It was incredible because, of course, Messi was just missing, that trophy, that World Cup. The comparisons with Maradona have been really harsh, especially in Argentina. Also, other comparisons with Ronaldo, they're saying that he wouldn't be the best in the history of football until he got that World Cup. So finally achieving that was really incredible here in Catalonia and Barcelona. There's really massive support behind Messi. We all want him to succeed, to do the best he can, and finally making it there, it's just a proof, or the little extra he needed to show everyone how unique of a player he is. He's one of a kind, and honestly, it's really special to finally see him lift that World Cup.
After 2 years in Paris, there's no sign of a retirement just yet, and his new chapter in the MLS is a significant moment for football in America. The league has somewhat struggled to retain global interest at times, but a new broadcasting deal with Apple TV is making matches much more accessible to supporters across the world. So how much of an impact has Messi's move made, and will fresh eyes from around the globe tune in?
I think what Messi's done already is become a national focal point for MLS, which they haven't had before, really. What you don't have is what you have in the NFL, where people in Alabama are talking about what's happening in Pittsburgh. Everything's been localized in MLS, and Messi puts this on a huge national stage. I think it does move everything up a notch for MLS, and it puts them in the conversation. You see sports media in America that have ignored soccer pretty much all the time apart from World Cups, now talking about MLS games or Leagues Cup games. And with the World Cup coming to the US in 2026, it's just moving the sport up several notches.
Yeah, the sun is starting to set on a career that has been nothing short of outstanding, but hopefully for Messi, not without a little bit more success in the USA first. That brings us to the end of this week's show. Do let us know your thoughts at home using the hashtag FootballNowMessi, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.